Scotty. Who's Scotty?
Oh man, that's bright. So INMOTION has been making PEVs for many years now. They've done bikes, they're doing EUCs, they're doing e-scooters, and this is their latest offering, the Air Pro. And well, I've had this for about a month and I really like it. It's not the most powerful. It doesn't have the crazy suspension. But what it does do is it's a really nice, compact commuter scooter with a good size motor, a good size battery, and really nice style. So let's start straight at the top with the handlebars. They've kept with the very similar S1 design with a single brake lever. Now, it's not gonna screech to a stop and do skids and everything like that, but it will stop you really nicely. In the middle of the handlebar, you've got a really nice simple dashboard. Here you can see your speed, your battery, you can see what ride mode you're in, you can see if your headlight's on or off, and there's one single button, and that's a function button to change between speed modes, turn the scooter on or off, turn the headlight on or off, and that's about it. On the right hand side, you've got a thumb accelerator. That's pretty self-explanatory. It's really smooth, it's not jerky, there's no catching, it's just as it should be on every electric scooter, but I have tried some which are horrible and twitchy. This is very smooth. I've had my 7-year-old riding it, I've had my wife riding it. Moving down the stem, you've got a really nice quick release lever. There's a little red button here, you push that in, pull it down, and that's it. There's a little simple latch here which goes into the rear fender, and you're ready to rock and roll. Now this is a tiny little bit over 17 kilos, so it's not heavy at all considering it's got a 438 watt-hour battery in there. Continuing down the stem, let's look at the deck. It's a really good size place to put your feet. It's fully rubberized, it's really nice and grippy, it's well stuck down. It's got a nice angle at the front here where you can sort of put your toes when you want to brace, when you're just cruising, going to work, going to get a coffee, whatever. And even when it gets a little bit wet, it still grips onto your shoes really well. I have ridden other scooters in the past where as soon as you get a bit of moisture on there, it gets a little bit slippery and a little bit dangerous. Let's talk about the wheels, and there's a really cool feature here which I'll tell you about. They're 10-inch wheels. The rear one is the motor. It's a 500 watt motor, but it can peak out at 750 watts. I personally have hit 35 kilometers per hour on a nice long straight. The speed limit here is 25, so you've got no problems with hitting top speed or legal speed on this scooter. The front is a pneumatic. Here's the thing I really like. The rear is a solid state rubber tire. Now the reason they've done that, 80% of all scooter flats is the rear tire. And that's just a little bit more of a pain to change when you need to disconnect the wires and remove the motor. And probably the last thing I want to talk about is the style of the scooter. You may not have noticed, but I'll just put that up. What can you not see? Have a look at it. You can probably just see it in frame. I'll put it down a little bit, put that towards you there. No cables. They've designed this thing so everything is internal. The cables will come down the shaft and they're all plumbed through the body of the scooter. This sort of style I've seen on a much more expensive scooter which I've reviewed, which is about almost $1,000 more, and gets a lot less range. Now let's move on to the specs of the scooter. So they predict a 45 kilometer average range on the scooter. Now of course that takes into account body weight, ride style, hills, environment, even the temperature. If you're riding in really cold weather, you will get less range. It doesn't matter if you're on an e-scooter, an e-skateboard, an electric unicycle, e-bike. Batteries do not like cold weather. Top speed, as I've already stated, is 35 kilometers per hour, and I've hit that at my 100 kilo frame. And the big thing for me that I really like about the scooter is the ground clearance. You've got about 4.5 inches of ground clearance under the scooter. And of course, the most important thing is ride quality. How does it ride? Well, there's a reason I've been riding this one for the last month without alternating between scooters. This one is easy to live with. And that's a big reason as to why I call this my Goldilocks scooter, as it being just right. It folds down easy, it's not super long, it fits in the boot of my car, and when you ride it, it actually feels like you're riding a quality product. I've ridden other scooters in the same price range that just feel loose. If that's the right word. The handlebars are narrow, it feels a bit squirrely in the tires. This, again, being an INMOTION product, just feels nice. So guys, as I said, super quick video today, 5 or 6 minutes. I hope you've enjoyed this quick look at the INMOTION Air Pro. As always guys, links will be down in the description for a whole heap of local distributors, and INMOTION now has an Amazon store as well, so check out that link. The Amazon store from INMOTION directly will quite often have a lot of specials on their scooters and unicycles. So make sure you check that out. And don't forget guys, if you have liked this content, please give it a thumbs up. Every time you do, an angel somewhere gets its wings. I've heard, maybe. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing. We've got loads more content coming out. EUCs, e-scooters, loads of e-boards with a couple of really big ones coming. Make sure you're subscribed, turn on the notification bell, and yeah, we'll see you on the next video. Until then guys, skate safe, scoot safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you on the next video.
Scotty. Who's Scotty?